Morning, folks. Today is Sunday, April 7th, day 50. We're just getting on the trail, taking it easy today. 17 miles yesterday. Probably a little much after taking so many town days. So we're gonna take it easy today. Probably won't do about 10 or 11 miles is all we're gonna do today. Heading up to a water source. The bluegrass and I are both out of water, but the water source is only about half a mile of the trail. About 37 degrees, or excuse me, 33 degrees this morning. Supposed to get up to near 60, so should be another pretty day. All right, we'll see you guys up the trail. Been a while since I've seen the rhododendrons hanging like this. But it did get down. I think last night it's supposed to have got down 27, 28. We got a late start this morning intentionally because of that. But looks like here's my water source. So I'm gonna stop and get some water and we'll catch you guys up the trail. Got a pretty decent view through the trees this morning, so I wanted you guys to see that. And while I'm here, let me acknowledge the trail. I had a couple comments about why I acknowledge the trail and what is that supposed to represent. And it's not really anything. I look at the trail like a friend that I spend a lot of time with. I enjoy the company. But we have like a friendly wager going on. I look at her also as a adversary. So every day I acknowledge my adversary, just like a couple of boxers do in the ring when they bump gloves together. If I make it to Katahdin, I win. If I don't, she wins. She being the trail. Right now, with the ankle, she's leading 1-0. But there's a lot of miles between here and Katahdin. I have no desire to quit right now. So I feel like I'm gonna beat her. But that's what acknowledging the trail is all about. All right, guys, another view of Roan Mountain, or the Roan Highlands. As you can see, they still have a little bit of snow up there. I think yesterday it got warm, so a lot of it melted. A little farm right down there at the bottom. I don't know if you can see it or not. Anyway, we're gonna go on down the hill. You may hear Bluegrass talking. He's doing some videoing as well. We had talked about going to the shelter last night, and it was 3 more miles to get there. Got a little bit of my shadow in there. It's 3 more miles to get there. We decided not to do it because both of us were tired. Our legs were worn out. And after going this morning, I'm really glad we did, because we've not gone the 3 miles that it would have taken. And there's been a lot of climbing. Now we're going downhill. And as you can tell, I mean, we're thankful for it, but we got switchbacks on these downhills coming down. We didn't have those so much on the uphills. So I think you probably noticed when I acknowledged the trail, I was breathing pretty heavy. So anyway, glad we didn't do it. Which means we're probably not going to make it to Boots Hostel in 2 days, which is one of the thoughts we'd had. But that's okay too, because our room is reserved for tomorrow anyway, which means tomorrow is going to be an extremely light day, which will give us time to upload videos, wash clothes, and get ready for the next leg to Damascus. We should be in Damascus. We're still thinking by Wednesday or Thursday. Can't really get there can't really leave there any earlier than Thursday anyway, because we both have packages being sent. Both of us need new shoes. That's getting close to the 500-mile mark. Even though my shoes, which you see them, they're still holding up and looking pretty well. The foam's, you can tell, or I can tell, the foam's starting to break down. So it's time to get some new ones. They say these Ultras are only good for about 300 to 500 miles anyway, and I believe that. But I'm going to continue with them because I really like the shoes. These are the Ultra Lone Peaks, and I really like them. Okay, this is the shelter that we had talked about going to last night. Pretty nice area. Plenty of places to set tents. But we decided not to. We decided to stay where we were. And I still think it was the right decision. We'll eventually start doing 20 milers on a regular basis, but we weren't feeling 20 miles yesterday, so we didn't do it. Kind of reminiscent of when we were going through Georgia. I had one of my subscribers that gave me some suggestions of things to talk about while I'm on the trail. And he had some pretty good suggestions, so I think this would be a good time to talk about it, since not really anything spectacular to show right now. But he was asking me to describe my typical day. Our typical day out here, we don't set an alarm clock. Bluegrass and I both worked jobs where we had to start early in the morning. So we're normally up somewhere around 6:15, 6:30. We usually get up. I usually put everything together in my tent. I get my quilt, my sleeping pad, my foam roll, everything packed into my pack before I ever get out of my tent in the morning. That's why I had some other requests to show camp in the morning. Well, typically by the time I get out of my tent, everything's packed up. Last thing to pack up would be the tent. We get it rolled up, packed up. Then we'll sit down, typically make some coffee and some breakfast. And breakfast out here is typically either oatmeal, because the instant oatmeal, you can pour the hot water right in the pack and eat that. Occasionally we will have a cold breakfast. We'll just grab a breakfast bar or a Pop-Tart or something like that. And usually some peanut butter with it. Peanut butter gives us the protein and some calories, because out here you typically burn about 6,000 calories a day, and it's hard to keep up your caloric intake, so you eat what you can. Then we'll pack our food bags up and we'll hit the trail. As far as planning, we typically plan how long it's going to take us to get to the next resupply point, which may be a hostel, which may be a town, you don't know. But we look at how long it's going to take us to get there, how many miles it is between there. We look at our hiking speed, how far we can hike, and then we get on the Far Out app and we look at what campsites and water supply are in between. Then we'll typically take it day by day. We'll set our goals on as you can tell, we've done it many times. We'll set our goals on one location. That's where Bluegrass and I typically meet up, because as I said on many occasions, he hikes faster than I do. But what we'll do is we'll typically take it day by day. We'll have a rendezvous point. We'll meet at that rendezvous point, and then we'll decide what we're going to do from there. Apologize for not looking at the camera, but I got some stairs right here that I really have to look at. Once we start on that and we rendezvous, we'll decide whether we're going to stay there, whether we're going to keep going. And that depends a lot on that. One of the other questions, gear. How's the gear holding out? I plan on doing several gear videos once I complete this. I will tell you what I do have is holding up very well. Like I told you earlier this morning, it's about time to get some new shoes, but that was planned for in advance. We knew that was going to happen. So they're holding up as expected. I've not had any problems with my pack. I think Bluegrass has broken a clip on his, so he's got to get that replaced. But other than that, the pack's holding up well. Tent's holding up well. The only thing I've broken is my trekking poles. They had, that part I broke has long since been replaced. So the gear's holding up well. Can't complain about anything. Tent's holding up well. Air mattress is holding up well. So I cannot complain about that. You probably noticed that we take a lot of zeros, which is going to take some time. We know we've got to step that up, but we're getting to a part where we'll probably take several 20-mile days coming up to try to catch back up, because we want to get done sometime in September. And at this pace, we're not going to do that. So we got to do that. We got to step up our game. But we do take frequent zeros, and we stay at hostels a lot. More so because we have the YouTube channels. Most of the places we stop at to camp up here in the mountains, we might get 1 bar, if that, of service, and you can't upload videos with that. So we do our videos, try to do our editing the best we can at camp, and then we upload when we get to town. We don't typically stop for lunch. We typically eat as we're walking. Occasionally, if we know we have a short day, like today, I may stop for lunch. But normally, I got a fanny pack right there. I keep a lot of snacks in that, and I eat through that all through the day, constantly snacking. I usually keep fig bars in there and candy bars, gummy bears, anything with sugar that gives me a quick rush of energy. A lot of times I'm keeping beef jerky and Jack Link sausage in there too. Try to keep the protein up. But that's our typical day. So hopefully that answers some of the questions. If you have more, just keep them going. I'll try to answer them. Coming up on a nice campsite here. A little exposed, but on a pretty evening, this will be a beautiful campsite. You got the mountains behind you. You got a nice field in front of you. And it's got a water source. Zoom in when you can read the sign right there. It says water. Yeah, set up several tents here. But it's early in the day, so we're not gonna stay here. We gotta go climb that next hill. All right, that's the first one of these guys I've seen. Little garter snake. And he's sunning. He doesn't want to get out of the way, so I don't think I'm gonna mess with him. I'm just gonna step around him. He won't hurt me, so I won't hurt him. Let you guys share this view with me. That is gorgeous. We've been blessed with another day, another beautiful day, guys. Blow it up a little bit and let you see some kind of little town or junkyard or something down there. Don't know what it is. Either way, we've got a gorgeous day going ahead of us. Nice area here. Doing a lot of downhill right now. Still a little slow in the downhills. Back around here somewhere. Like we have a little old tobacco barn out there, or some kind of barn. Either way, it's falling down. Looks like we're gonna go right past it. So. Don't think there's any danger of anybody piling up in that one to sleep. It's seen its better days. Still nice to see. Well, the brace sounded like a good idea at the time, but I think it's giving me more pain than good. So I had to take it off. I figure it's better to walk the way I have been going than it is to have a sore ankle plus plantar fasciitis, which is what it felt like it was doing. It's hurting in the arch, plus it's giving me a blister, or a hot spot, not really a blister. But time to come out of it, and we'll just continue on the way we were going. Gonna be doing a little bit of walking right here by the river. Brad up in front of us. Brad's our section hiker's hiking along with us. He'll probably move on today. We're gonna stop a little early and let him move on, but we're right next to a trailhead, so there's a lot of day hikers today. You can see some coming up the trail, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off. Love walks like this where you're walking alongside the river and you just get to listen to it the whole way. So I guess I better shut up and let you guys listen to it, huh? This is interesting. Wow, guys. You got cliffs all the way up there. Then you got the river down here. Like a beautiful area, so we're gonna go. I'm gonna let this lady come through the bridge first. All right, just sitting on the bridge. Give you a wide angle shot here. This is beautiful. Turn around. I like being in a canyon here. Crystal clear water. This is beautiful. I know I've said that a lot during this hike, but sometimes you just get it and I don't know any other words to describe it. That's that fresh mountain water, so I know it's ice cold. This whole area in here is pretty cool. Come away from the water, right to this, and it won't be just a little bit, we'll be right back at the water. Bluegrass and I were talking, reminds us a little bit of the Foothills Trail coming down into the Chattooga River. It's up that waterfall right there. If you guys, if I can get enough in there, it's actually falling sideways. The river sort of comes in, the waterfall goes sideways and keeps going. Pretty cool. We're coming from way back up there. Trail turned at those big rocks up there and came down here, and it is steep. The video can't do justice how steep it is. And we are still going down here, which is still very steep. I just wish the video could show you guys how steep it is. But I'm definitely gonna put away this camera because I can't video and go down here at the same time. This is a trail, guys, and that's what we're going for. We should be close to that in just a minute. That's Laurel Falls. Okay, folks, the trail came from way up there where Bluegrass is coming down now. And then the App Trail does a switchback and goes back that way. And every video I've seen shows just this little side trail coming off to the waterfall. And there's a waterfall, and it's definitely worth coming down to see. So we're gonna walk down there to it. But I'm gonna tell you, it was a hike coming down here. We talked about it. There's a lot of people down there. Don't think the view's gonna be much better down there than it is right here. So we're just gonna keep going on the AT, and we're gonna follow it that way. There's some day hikers coming up the trail now. So one more look before we leave. It's beautiful. This is very reminiscent of hiking in Linville Gorge with all the rock and the creek going down beside it. Beautiful area. Got to watch every step though, because all this rock, you could fall very easily. So this is the trail, and if you look right towards the center of your screen there, you'll see the white blaze on the rock. So that's where we're heading. Wish us luck. All right, guys, I already made it over that. And now we're coming around here. Let him go, and then I'm gonna do it. Don't want to slip here, that's for sure. It is beautiful though. Well, we made it through it. So now we got to get up that. Hey guys, when I look up there at the leaves, who says it has to be fall to have pretty leaf colors? It's gorgeous up there. Got us another bridge going across the river. Beautiful area, guys. This has been an enjoyable hike. Looks like we're going to end up with about 12 miles today. Only we got our numbers off or something. Right now it says we're at 11.5, and we're not far from the shelter. 12 miles isn't a big day, but it's still respectable. Okay, folks, I'm gonna talk a little bit louder because I know down here by the water it's gonna be hard to hear. But we're gonna be camping just before this bridge. We've got our tent set up already. I'll show you that in a minute. But anybody who's ever done any hiking whatsoever will know how good this feels right here. It hurts so good. But I can't stand it for just a few seconds at a time. Whew. That water is icy, but it does feel good. Picked us a nice, beautiful spot. We'll probably get a little condensation tonight. Leaves us with about 6 miles tomorrow before we get to the hostel. We could do it today, but our feet are hurting. We've already got reservations for tomorrow. And don't need to be to Damascus until Thursday, so no need to rush. So we're gonna enjoy it, take some time off right here, enjoy this water, and I'll show you the campsite in a little bit. This is home for the night. It's only a little after 4 o'clock, but it's one of those things where we had to make a choice. You either go 12 miles or almost 20. And we said, nah, we're not gonna do the 20. Neither one of our legs are feeling it. Bluegrass having some problem with his feet, and y'all know all about my ankles, so we feel like we'll take it a little easy. Know we've got a ways to go, so no need rushing it. Anyway, this is home for tonight. I'll fix me a little bit of supper, and this may be all we have for you tonight. And either way, this is Bandit, and we will keep heading north.